playing retake when it comes to A. They've got two players on long in the form of Hobbit and Shiro. Hobbit already dinked down, means that he has to play on the head glitch, and luckily will allow him to shut down Simple, with NaVi finding Bit on the cross, leaves NaVi in a 3-on-5, having gone to an afterplant. They are able to get control of short, giving them somewhere to run to, but with Axel responding onto Perfecto, Boomich and Electronic need these kills, they need him quick. The flank in mid is just destroyed by NaVi, leaving Boomich alone. NaVi goes huge, just 3k for him.
Shiro up close with that MP9, tucked into Goose. He's got the M4 that'll take the longer range duels. I thought he was going to bait them in. Instead, he takes the fight from afar. The nades rain over. Hobbit doing all the damage. Shiro there to support. And it's an absolute shutdown, a bloodbath. NaVi can't even get close to their goal. And they don't find a single kill. Gambit, any one of these weapons are deadly with a headshot, and this crossfire on long might just shut it down.
Axel, good for, he's not even good for one actually, is trying to kill him. Shiro to trade. Shiro, a man who alone doesn't have too much teeth, but he's good at playing these crossfires. Hobbit though, now he is alone, but it doesn't matter. 2 kills as Bit and Perfecto line up, leaving Simple, the main man, to do the damage here. Boomich with only a Tech 9, unfortunately, is left alone. He tries to aggress to pick up Simple's AK. He's not even given the chance to do so.
Behind them to go for a full investment. Simple on that AWP, everyone else on the AK-47s, and it's got to bear some teeth. If it doesn't, then I really do fear for them. And my goodness, Axel, what a headshot to kick things off. He can't follow up. He does get traded, but Hobbit's there to support. And Gambit, they maintain this man advantage for them to work with. Couple of mollies. Flash goes at the back. Inter's not going to be affected by it at all on this close angle. They don't check for him. He doubles down for 2. And Simple now with the sniper about to peek in. Misses the shot, and Inter's is good for the triple. Proving...
well, it's an execution elsewhere. The smokes have gone down, but with no manpower behind it, it must surely make them think that actually this hit alludes to mid. With Boomer shutting down Inters, Hobbit has to go massive. NaVi ready to swing straight into him. Shiro with a fade of smoke in mid, called out by Electronic anyway, and now Hobbit has to go huge. The split comes underway. The timing needs to be perfect though. Electronic, does he push preemptively? Yes, he does, and before the players are able to come out from tunnels, Hobbit's good for 1. Having tagged down Electronic though, it's not enough. NaVi, they finally break that dry spell. They
found a cash here on this side. They've still got enough cash behind them to go for a back-to-back buys. So they're not going to be too phased just yet. Anthony, not quite blessed by timing. But I don't think he was seen either. I think that was just a pre-fire from Perfecto. And as he re-swings, Anthony's good for another. And Gambit look like they might actually be able to recover off of their round loss.
You need to remember, there's only about 25 seconds left now. NaVi desperately need to get up from long. Hobbit, he's going to be holding ramp. He's got Hobbit through the smoke, who's shut down. Bit, Shiro, the man with the AWP holding ramp, sorry, has to really deliver. Electronic leg down instantly. Simple tries to deploy flashes to get him up ramp, but it's just not enough. Axel delivers the killing blow. Simple, realizing the predicament he's in, just goes, he holds onto that AWP, he hides, and NaVi, those 2 kills in B just force NaVi up long. Cross smokes in mid. NaVi realizing he's about to be called into action. There's a flash through the door. Boomish lead discharge. Does he spot out NaVi? Yes, he does. There's the kill. There's the man advantage. Hobbit straight through the smoke. Instantly there to trade. Doubles down onto Perfecto there with a great spray transfer, leaving NaVi with a minute to toy with, a chance to bomb it up short. Bits to lead discharge. Axel to deploy that molly to deter a plant, but Bits already found the kill, the equalizer. 3-on-3. Axel on longest location known. Simple. AWP posted straight on him. But position, while it might be something to hide behind, it can also turn into a trap. And Simple continues fighting long. He's just poking his head up, sees the top of the hat. Can't quite take it off though. Bits certainly can. Kill onto Winters. Electronic for another. Axel to trade in the 1v3. Good for 1. Jumps up. Simple finishes the job. For NaVi, that'll be 3.
Then they're going to be in a very, very tough position where we'll see them drop down to the eco, and that could be NaVi's ticket right back in.
Axel holding the smoke is good for 1, but whiffs on the second. Electronic, they desperately need it to work. Shiro actually smoked off by his teammate there. And for Inters, he gets ready to go straight through this. Simple, ready to lead discharge. Electronic and Shiro exchange blows, meaning Simple has to go huge. Perfecto means he doesn't have to. 2-on-2, Simple onto NaVi, leaves Hobbit alone. 1 versus 2 now, as he goes up from short. Simple hits the shot. And while Simple has had a quiet game, being the one who has to aggress, Perfecto, as he continues to hide, we see the beauty of that economic damage. With Perfecto, he's good for 1, traded by Hobbit, but there's no utility on Gambit bar NaVi, they've gone completely stone cold silence, waiting to see if Gambit chooses to aggress.
Inter's the last line of defense here towards this B bomb site, but with Hobbit finding that kill, it puts the numbers in their favor. There's still mountains of pressure applied onto Inter's here, and as he pokes his head up, he finds himself one, but knowing that Boomich has mid control, he needs to be wary. Apparently not. He still hits the heads, and he's still alive here to defend. It all comes down to Boomich, a 1-on-3, knows that Inter's somewhere here on this bomb site, but as Inter's times the peak to perfection.
But he knows aggression's coming, and because of that, Hobbit has to pray he has the timing on Bit now as he sees the hands, but Bit doesn't matter. Good for one. Axel, he also falls as Bit's good for two. That opens up the A site, and Gambit with Inters and Shiro, the last two players left standing with no.
But somehow Bit's just so quick to the trigger, the fastest in the West, and he's actually able to double down and cement this round here for NaVi. It will be 6 on the board for them as Gambit want nothing more to do with this one, and they're praying to just be left alone. It's Zorp. They know how powerful he is with it, and they know that he's trapped on the B site. Big whiff there from Shiro, and I think that probably cost him his life. There we go. Bit comes in, third of the round. The sniper, they staggered their cross. It was perfect. It meant that they didn't take any damage, but it doesn't seem to matter. Simple, after not connecting anything, swaps back out to his AWP. Of course, they had the money to just waste away $5,000. It's the final round of the half. There's nothing to lose. They've taken the two-man advantage. Axel now only on 18 points of health. And NaVi looking like they might be able to make this 7. Shiro desperate to swing it back his way. He's the only man with the premium rifle, the M4 in hand, and as he aggresses towards short, his teammate Inters goes for an ill-advised peek. That's going to cost him his life. 5-on-2. NaVi haven't even had to apply any pressure yet. They've just taken mid-control, and it seems to have won them the round as it all falls onto Axel's shoulders.
Isn't Silver, and instead, with Axel alone in a 1v5, the molly lands right on him. He's killed a beautiful shot by Perfecto. What a way to end a half as NaVi. But it's still a favourment, and the fact that Gambit brought it to 8 on their CT side is actually pretty damn strong. You know what else is strong? That's Simple killing Hobbit. He's one of the only players who, one of the only other players who have utility. Bit on B single-handedly holds it with 2 quick kills. His teammates go for the flank. Boomich to lead that charge. Axel, while he eventually finishes the job, Boomich literally doesn't stop pressing W for that kill.
Any chances, despite the fact that Gambit should be on an eco here, they don't go for the SMG. They want to prioritise these rifles, and that means that it's going to be an absolute bloodbath here towards long. Boomich even swapping out to the USB. 3 kills for him. Simple there to support, and he's able to double down. 9-8, NaVi. As soon as those smokes go down, there's so much possibility. They could either push through the smoke, they could come on either side of it, but Electronic hitting that shot into the lower tunnels is massive. Simple will now deploy that smoke onto Catwalk. He'll try and go for the shots. Misses a bit of a routine one, but Electronic still firing away. Triples things up. Axel finally trades, but the man advantage goes to NaVi's favour. Axel low on health. Shiro needs to go big here. He's just got no opportunity.
He's desperately looking for someone to fight, and while Axel, low HP, he's the only one who can bring this death. Perfecto tagged down by the scout. Perfecto finished off by Shiro. Now Shiro's getting his meat's worth. Simple through the box. It's the wall bang. Shiro the molly to deter any swing. He switches to the deagle, pushes into both members, and falls.
That one's gonna damage him a little bit. Electronic on the angle, deploys the molly. It's a little too deep. Hobbit not gonna be phased by it. Takes the jewel and wins it. Now he needs to be very careful. Redeploys the smoke, and I think he might have been spotted momentarily there, but not for long enough that Simple can fire off the shot and connect it. Oh, that's a bit of a whiff. And that's certainly going to cost him.
If there ever was a time for Hobbit to prevail to lead this charge, will it be enough to topple NaVi? Boomich leads this peak. Axel tagged down and finished. Trade there by Hobbit. Leaves it to the B players who both cower and...
Well, a huge round there from Gambit. One that realistically they needed to win, and they're able to tip it over the top.
This angle. He awaits a peek from one of these members. Either Electronic or Simple to get to Ambitious, then he drops into CT. Clears what he can. However, he doesn't clear Perfecto, who's got the angle. Simple chimes in on NaVi, putting us into a 3-on-5. Perfecto jumps up, tries to do the damage he can, makes a bit of noise and goes back to hiding, but with only 2 flashes left, now Gambit need their aim duels. Inter's good for 1. However, the bomb in mid, in no man's land. Shiro, AWP in hand, peeks on stop mid, spots out the deagle of Boomich as he backs away. With 20 seconds left, Perfecto onto Inters, means Shiro has to save, and NaVi, on their 4th spy, are able to claim victory.
Well, it's absolutely huge, and Shiro is looking to save this AWP. He finds the kill, But if they hunt any further, he might risk dying after time. I don't think anyone's close enough to him to be able to find him. So it will go 12 to 10.
He's able to continue his survival. Bits on the other side of the smoke gets ready to swing as well. And just like that, that smoke single-handedly has saved NaVi with another kill from Bit. 4 on 3. Gambit with no map control elsewhere have to make this long hit work. And Shiro posts on site. He realizes that he's being optimistic, thinking that Simple will peek him. Enters onto Electronic, though, provide up short, but the man they've got to duel is Simple. And he's a scary player to fight, unless he's not facing you. Hobbit proves that for the kill. 3 on 2, cross smoke down, and Gambit might have been able to recover.
Well, I'm not sure if that gap in the smoke was an accidental blessing or something deliberate, but it works out beautifully. Perfecto taking the duel with Hobbit. Hobbit's forced right away. Bit's able to find one, though. Almost doubles down, but only hits the dink. Shiro incredibly low on health. This is a very doable clutch for Perfecto, but he doesn't have any utility. With the AUG in hand, 2 players to find, and they're both hiding. They're cowering away. They know that they don't have to take the duel right now. They can just play for the time, and with the head angle secured, Shiro's able to hit the shot.
In mid, but he needs to be careful. He's not too slow. Perfecto, the Zeus, and I love seeing these, Josh. However, it just missed. However, that being said, NaVi, they're already on the site. They've read it perfectly. They've rotated in time, and with Perfecto jumping, he shuts down Inters. 3 on 3, and these AKs are struggling to get to this site. Simple and Bit ring out kills, leaving it all onto Hobbits. And in a 1 versus 2, he's got to deploy Yuta where he can. There's the swing. Good for 1. 1v1 with Simple. Simple on the jump spot means Hobbit has to desperately try to reload in the corner. Tag down further. Simple. Can he finish the job? Continuing to just toy with his food. Jumping for the jump spot. Hobbits, he can't risk going for this bomb. And Simple falls to Hobbits. He has to commit to this hit, and for Gambit, they may have just taken too long with this B hit. Look at the rotation of NaVi. Finally, we see the flashes. Finally, we see the push, but Bit's good for 1. He spray downs 2 with the flash as well. There's no trade from Gambit. Only limited utility means they just have to hold the angles into some Perfecto exchange blows, but Simple's there to assist them. Good for 2. It's all on Shiro. From the flank, Boomish delivers, and NaVi.
What we see, of course, he's still got this one way, and it's oh so powerful. If they peek into this angle, he could be absolutely huge. And there we go, spots out the head of Axel, strips it away from him, and with the man advantage, Perfecto on the other side of this smoke can double up. And NaVi, this could be 14.
Please remember though, Perfecto's the only man on this site, but it does not matter. Kill onto NaVi. Hobbit and Shiro trade into the 3 on 2. Hobbit, AK in hand, expects a flank in lower tunnels, and for good reason. Electronic leads that charge. He falls. Plant down. Shiro expecting to peek into him, but 10 seconds left. There's the push from Bit. It's all onto Hobbit now. 1 versus 2. Simple delivers. And NaVi at 14 to 14.
Couple of late investments, but they are crushed by that one. That's going to allow NaVi on to 15, and I tell you what, folks, we're playing for the OT at this point. Simple hitting the opening shot. The smoke goes down. It's been a hell of a roller coaster so far for NaVi, but the roller coaster ride might be coming to an end as Shiro hits an incredible 1D. Dink goes on to Electronic, and this is where it starts to get a little bit touch and go. If Gambit can get a bomb plant here, it'd be huge for their money in the next, but it doesn't look like that'll be the case. It's absolutely shut down by Electronic, and it's a complete nade to actually take out Inters.
NaVi, they seem to recover. They seem to leave themselves in a default, and with 2 players stacked up over on this B site, it's spotted out by Perfecto, a man who you cannot rule out yet. The mollies, it lands on the site. It doesn't land on Bits, though, as he's able to hold it. NaVi drops down. Perfecto good for 1. Bit to chime in. Hobbit, while it's messy, he's eventually able to trade, but Electronic and Bits, they deliver. And just like that, NaVi with the comeback. Take map 1. 6
the door early, and if they can't, then I'm certainly worried for them. Perfecto, here's the steps, deploys the smoke, and Simple, just before it blooms, can peek his way in and hit the head.
Inters instantly trading, though, means that Simple is trapped between 2 members, but with Inters falling as he tries to run away, it means that Gambit go a man down. Of course, because they were trying to flee in the process, they're going to establish control. But keeping control is where they struggle. Of course, Perfecto, having read it, already back on CT stairs. Good for Shiro. Forces them elsewhere with NaVi trading onto Bit. Dink down onto Perfecto. The man with the kit has to be careful. But Simple still sent a sight me as a plant. Certainly isn't guaranteed yet. Gambit, still with a minute to toy with. Very aware of that. They go for a boost, actually, of Raxel. He sees out Perfecto, but with neither player being able to kill one another, eventually they commit to this push. But crossing on second doors allows Perfecto for the first, Simple for the second. That Simple with the M4, he can play the ranged game, and as he does that, There's no follow-up at the moment as Simple shuts down Axel. Trade there by Electronic. Nice little kill for him. NaVi to follow through. However, Electronic's there to assist. And with 2 players left standing, a bomb plant's out of the question. And for NaVi, there should be a quick clean-up unless Hobbit can go huge. And while it's messy, Electronic turning 180 finishes the job. A 3k for him, a second for NaVi.
Electronic's head doesn't do any damage to him, and in return, he does a fair amount onto Axel and NaVi.
Hobbit, the first to fall as Boomich tries to farm some cash, and what a way to do so. NaVi deleted from that angle there, and because of that, Gambit with a really strong, well, shaken position as Boomich, he seems to have this nasty tenacity to find some heads. And with Simple on the flank, he's going to play the trigger discipline. Inters needs to be careful now, as does Axel. And for Simple, oh, he's played it to a masterful degree. He drops his pistols, almost fake his opponent there before executing them. And eventually Shiro does finish the job. It means he can go retrieve that M4. But as he tries to run, Perfecto's there to kill him.
Wish the molly.
That's soul-crushing for him, and he's left with just 20 HP. Hobbit, he sees the aggression in top, though. Boomich good for one. Boomich doubles down, though. And with Inters trading, we see Perfecto switch out for the AWP so we can play the range game. And with Bits on the wide angle on Ivy, that means that, well, there's the kill to Axel. He just swings straight out and just deletes his opponents. Inters left in a 1v4, cowers in Sandwich, and as he rotates from the other side of red, will he be able to spot out Simple? Yes, he does. There's one. There's 2 onto Bits, and now he's starting to do some damage, but Perfecto, he shuts him down before things read on this. With 40 seconds left, Gambit as well, they need to get out to a site, clear every corner of the site, and to plant. Now with about 35 seconds left, this is really running down the clock, and as Bit finds every single member, joined with Perfecto, they execute them, and that should be the round, as both Hobbit and NaVi fall, and just like that, NaVi, they go 5-0 up in a really clean fashion, and look what it's done to their economy.
Even better. Playing this aggressive position towards E-Box, and then he can bounce between Pop Dog and Main. It's oh so powerful, but this time Gambit win the opening duels. Shiro and Axel take the advantages, and now NaVi looking a little bit shaken.
With 2 players down, they desperately need something to work out for them. Gambit, aggression in main. Boomich, there's the kill. There's the bomb falling out as well. For NaVi, he's just able to trade onto Boomich. If he'd fallen there, that would have been the round for Gambit. 3-on-3 would have just been straight rotation. But Electronic and Hobbit dance around each other. And Electronic's actually able to get up ramp just as Hobbit clears the angle. Do they expect Electronic? Did Hobbit see him? I think from the positioning of NaVi they did. No, they didn't. Axel falls. There's the bomb. Electronic deploying that molly now. And with members just dancing around one another, he seems acutely aware that Hobbit will be there, but Hobbit winning the Angel leaves it all on Perfect.
The fact they've got loads of money behind them, there's absolutely no point in throwing this weapon away. Either way, it'll peek into Shiro and lose his life. Call for the rotation. The reinforcement from Simple.
Electronic pulling out the initial member, deploys that molly, spams down the first, doubles up as well with a kill there. And now, what do the last 3 members do over on Gambit? NaVi with a flank from Boomich. Into T-spawn means that any rotating member will be spotted out. Axel, though, ready for it. And as the util's deployed, they're going to be acutely aware of what's up. The AUG from Bit, it's good enough for 1. Can he double down onto Shiro now? The AWP tries to point blank him. No, he can't. Bit chimes in. Simple onto Hobbit with lightning quick reactions. Look at the flank ready from Boomich as well. The second he goes up, Poppy's going to see it's clear. There's Simple missing a shot there. Punished by Hobbit actually means that Gambit may have a bit of equity. As Electronic, good for 1, good for 2. Make that 3 there. Turns to make it 4, but Inters finishes the job. Attempting a bomb plant. Cancelled out by Boomich. Leaves it all onto Hobbit in a 1 versus 3. And while he was good for 1, is he good for the remaining 3? No, he's not. Boomich onto Hobbit. For Gambit, with limited utility now, really running it down. Inters eventually finds the kill. Is it traded by Perfecto? Yes, it is. Good for 1. Doesn't see the player under him, though. Turns around in the nick of time to kill Axel, though. Leaves us in a 4-on-3. And for Bits, it's just a kill onto Inters. While Gambit find an opening, NaVi finds an exploit. And with NaVi, this shot by Simple, he's able to kill Bits because of it. There's still a man down, though. And as Hobbit desperately tries to make some waves over on B, he will be able to get to Connector. But with 15 seconds left, if the bomb falls, that it has, it doesn't matter where Hobbit is. They're out of time.
Well, it's going to go 10-1, and for Hobbit, he doesn't have any money. He'll save this AK, but it's going to massively polarize the economy. If they want to go for a save in the next, he can't be a part of it. I think they're going to have to force around him at this point as NaVi.
Deploy that molly to keep NaVi back. Hobbit as well kept at bay. And with flashes leaving Gambit out of position. Hobbit's good for one. There's a spray down. Simple peeks in. Good to trade. Into the 4-on-3. The Deagle and NaVi. It's been unable to trade though as here comes that push. Here comes that retake. NaVi forced out of position as Simple doubles down. Axel and Shiro, the last left standing. Shiro carrying centre sight. Finished off by Boomich. Leaves it all onto Axel, who's good for one. Tries to double down onto two. Makes it two at the back of that. Peeks up. Can't quite make it three. Switching to the knife as he's out of ammo. But it does not matter. Alas, they're out of time though. That bomb goes off and Gambit
in these positions that inherently they have that control of. It's certainly worrying. Simple on the angle, so quick onto Inters. Will find that one. Two-man advantage is traded by NaVi, but with such little time on the clock, what did Gambit do here?
It's going to have to be a fast push. They've got no time to do anything else. Axel out from IV means that NaVi's kill is perfect. Axel to trade onto Bit means that is that bomb taken down by Perfecto? Yes, it is. 5 seconds left. They've been timed out anyway. Perfecto, he delivers with heroics as NaVi, well, they make it 11 while NaVi saves that up. That's great. But they're 11-2 up.
Number one. It's about proving to the world that you are better than NaVi. And whilst on Dust 2, they did somewhat show that. Here on Train, they're really struggling. Boomich, once again aggressive towards Popdog, finds that opening. Simple with the BM on the auto sniper, shuts it down. 3 kills for the man as he pushes himself 16-8, and it's a 13-2 half there from NaVi. I don't see any ticket back in for Gambit.
The flank on Ivy. Does it work against Shiro, the man he has to duel? Goes the jump spot, makes a bit of noise, realizes the game's up. There's Shiro to fall. There's the man advantage. Is there a trade so far? No, there isn't. He sees the CT member, realizes that he can play for time instead as they drop and as they push in B. Axel, he will try to respond. Enters the kill to Simple, helps out. And with a 4-on-4, Perfecto. Peeks into them. NaVi good for one. Boomich and Electronic to trade. Hobbit spammed down, able to trade again, leaving us in a 2-on-2. And now for NaVi. This, or for Gambit even, this is very doable. Electronic dancing around the side, hides center sight, meaning Axel needs to be very damn careful. There's the kill. Hobbit in a 1v2. And as Bits finishes the job, NaVi, they go 14-2 up. Neither player having taken that fight yet. Instead, they swing in unison. Electronic spots out Inters. Inters hides left side, peeks into them. Simple for the first. Oh, it's actually Electronic for both members there. As he finishes the job, Gambit left with 3 players alone, and with smokes out on B. NaVi, they commit to this flank, they commit to this cross. Axel, a wonderful shot onto Simple to take his head off, but Shiro, he's one of the last lines of defense, hiding in CT. Electronic jumps across, Perfecto joins him, Perfecto, there's the trade, but low HP leaves us in a 2-on-3. Hobbit, hiding centre sight, knows he needs to be careful. Boomich the first to fall. He's got Bits around him to worry about, and as he finishes off Bits, it all falls down to Perfecto in a 1v2. Such a low amount of HP on him. Knows that he has to hit this kill quickly, and unfortunately, he's unable to do so. Axel with the kill provides Gambit with 3.
If they pulled it off right here, it would just add insult to injury.
And it would. Electronic just dancing through the smoke as well. He's got the perfect angle for Shiro. Inters, I believe that is actually. No, it is Shiro's who has to hide on green screen timing. It's messy to say the least, but Electronic still able to get the kill. Gives a man advantage for NaVi. Axel trades onto 2 of his own. Inters caught out in the smoke by Perfecto, leaves us in a 3-on-2. And with Axel desperately hiding, he's got Hobbit on the other side who now has to worry. And instead, take this duel on Axel. And as he does so, Axel, do we see a knife kill? Oh. No. He's going with a professional play, picks up the AK, goes to plant, and the Hobbits in a 1v3, left on Ivy. I mean, the kill on Perfecto would help, but I don't think it's going to bring Gambit the round. He goes to save, or he should go to save at least, as NaVi brace themselves to hit 15.
And it works out beautifully for them. 15-3, Gambit, they need 12 rounds in a row, 12 consecutive perfect rounds of Counter-Strike.
Perfecto being methodical with this clearance of main, and Electronic tries to go out on B. Hobbit reveals himself, traded out by Bit, though loses in a 4-on-4. One of the rifle, one of the SMGs even taken out of Gambit's hands, leaving these 2 pistols with even more to do. Bit's not quite expecting Shiro on the close angle. Eventually he's caught out. Boomich, can he trade? So far, no he can't. Instead, as NaVi looks to join their teammates on B, dink down on to Shiro. Causes the hit out on A. With NaVi making a bit of noise on Sandwich, he then goes to hide with Simple. hard clearing in connector. Axel, he's able to come out on top with Perfecto trading. It leaves him at least, in a 1 versus 3. Peeks up, Axel to fall, 1v2. Those Inters is going to go aggressive. Unfortunately, timing does not favour him, and Gambit now only with 4. From NaVi to retake this pretty convincingly. Flash into Ivy. It just lands short. Electronic with the kill.
Oh.
Simple to double down, leaving Axel and Hobbit, the last 2 members left standing, in a 2-on-5. For Axel.
As I say, what it does do is it shows them that maybe they're a contender for the #1 spot in the world. 15-4, and they're about to make it 16 unless Axel goes huge. 3 kills for him, but it all falls onto Hobbit's shoulders. There's no way they expect him up top. He's able to deny the plant, but Simple is the man he's left in the 1 versus 1 against, and there's no one else I'd rather be against than Hobbit. However, Hobbit finds the headshot, and Gambit stay alive.
Just to try and keep Shiro away and try and isolate Hobbit, who is boosted up over on Spindles. And the second he jumps up, Electronic will be ready for it. He has a bit of an off angle though. And it all comes down to patience. Axel flash to aggress over in A. And as Electronic is out from upper, spotted out by Hobbit. There's the first into a 2-on-5 now with Shiro chiming in. Shiro going for the high ground on White Train. Simple for the first. Hobbit to trade once again though. And with Bits coming out on top, it leaves Bits in a 1 versus 3. He should quickly be killed. That he is. I'll tell you what, Hobbit, that is a ironclad hold from upper. As Bit does just that. In just a moment, he'll be joined by Simple, though. Here's that aggression. There's Hobbit good for the first. He doubles. He doesn't double down, though. Bit to trade. Shiro, no HP, though, has to be careful. Nice shot onto Perfecto, though. Leaves us in a 2-on-4. And as we see them try to leave, Boomich for Shiro. 2-on-3 now. And this is where things get scary for Gambit. Despite being 25 seconds left, they're still able to get this part. The flash means that NaVi can aggress, leaving Boomich in a 1v3. He beats to the left, sees no one, meaning he can aggress to the other side of White Train. But with the cross from NaVi, or from Inters, there's the first. Axel able to trade. Gambit with 9 now.
As the firebomb comes in, that's going to force Electronic forward. The spams come through, does a lot of damage onto him, but he can't find the kill. And as the smoke fades, Electronic gets the shot, but he can't get the kill. Boomich swings to trade, but it's a little too late. And the man advantage goes to Gambit. But with a gap in this smoke, Boomich might be able to take one. Shiro completely unaware that Ivy control's been lost. And we go into a 4-on-4.
Axel puts it down to a 3-on-3 with Perfecto equalising. And now Axel with his location known, he needs to be very careful in A. Inter's low HP means that set aside, he too can fall to the exploitations of NaVi. But 25 seconds left, we need kills, we need him quick. Back and forth between Hobbit and Boomich means that for Bits over in Pop Dog as Axel, the timing is just soul-crushing. And as Inters tries to hold the Boomich, Boomich spots him out, they tag one another, but they don't kill one another. With 10 seconds left now, Bit onto Inters, realizes that Axel has to come from the flank. Just like that, damage rings out, NaVi finishes the job, and they take map 2, 16-10.